Hi everyone, welcome back to the true episode 3 of A Reason to Talk. This one is, I'm Max, this is Alci.
Hello.
This is a re-record because someone's audio didn't go right the first time. So thanks for that, me. It was my fault.
Yes, it was
entirely.
Max's fault.
Questionably my fault. Could have been my fault. Could have been the mix amp I bought with my own money.
We just spent the last hour trying to get Max's audio.
It has not been an hour. We were in the call at 10:15.
We just spent the last
10:58.
45 minutes setting
43, you over-exaggerate.
Shut up. I'm so annoyed because I don't want to curse within the first 2 minutes. Okay? But I want to... I'm gonna... So we're finally recording. And not only that, we got to come up with stuff to talk about because we already caught up yesterday. We already went over our past 2 weeks, didn't we, Max?
You don't know what type of tech support hell I've been in?
Oh, really?
Today, I have...
Oh, really?
You don't. I built a server 2 days ago.
Yeah. No, I actually did know that. You know why? I did know that because we recorded an episode already, and you told me about it.
You didn't know the effect of me building it wrong.
You built it wrong. Of course you did. With your track record, of course you did.
I built it. Okay, I built it right. I installed Windows wrong.
Oh, wow.
In a way, and at this point, I have so royally fucked it up. It is probably out of commission. I won't be able to touch it to even know if my fix worked. Maybe 24 hours. As the system tries to reset itself. So there.
Yeah.
It's honestly just been bad luck, I'll say, and not any of my own incompetence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
is this why your movies take so long to make?
Yeah, because
your technical director is just not there.
My technical director just,
he causes more issues than he solves. Yeah.
It's okay. We'll figure things out. Oh my goodness. Why is my end of things working perfectly, Max? Why is my...
You have less things.
So just do less things. Why do you need to do so many things? Just do
good audio quality.
Okay. I'm done being pathetic.
You don't understand. I have, instead of using the capture card from my phone, I have to run it through my mirrorless camera that I've barely set up on a tripod that fell over while I was setting up. Like, I have to do that. And then I have to buy a separate capture card for the phone recording. So I had to set it up like that. And then you have to run audio through a audio mix amp. And then run the power. That's so anti-Semitic.
I don't care.
Audio listeners, he is anti-Semitic. He is...
My pretzel stick is cold.
Did you get it out of the fridge?
Huh?
You did get it out of the fridge.
No. It's been right here on my desk waiting for this episode to start. I already ate all my mozzarella sticks while we were setting this up.
What the fuck? Okay. You're okay. The way humans work is actually shockingly like an internal combustion engine.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like one that's like constantly at E and needs food. But you don't gain weight.
Because I'm burning it.
How? You don't do anything. You don't exercise.
Yes, I do, actually.
Okay.
I've been going to the gym finally.
Are you actually? How's the gym there?
It's 30 minutes away, so I haven't been going to that one.
What?
No. My granddad is the most active granddad on the planet, so I just work out with him.
Do they have a gym at their home?
Not at their home. He just goes to one. And he lets me come with. And he is insanely active. He's gonna outlive me. I'm sure.
Oh, so at least 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because you have the sleep schedule and life expectancy of it.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
No, I can talk on that. I have things to say about that. So
sleep schedule and life expectancy?
Well, not life expectancy, but sleep schedule. Let's go over a couple of things from the past couple of weeks that we just probably should for context. One thing I do want to go over really quickly because it's important and I want to link it in this YouTube video. I was brought on to work on a documentary for the USS Kidd Veteran Museum. For those of you who don't know, USS Kidd, big World War II destroyer. They filmed a Tom Hanks movie on it a few years ago. Pretty cool thing.
Castaway.
Yeah, no.
It was Castaway. That's the only Tom Hanks movie I know.
Yeah, that's the only.
Catch Me If You Can. It was Catch Me If You Can.
No, okay, if you're gonna talk about Tom Hanks on a ship in a movie, I would say Captain Phillips. You haven't seen that movie? It's the movie where he's the captain of a cargo ship, and it's based on a true story, and he gets taken over, and then the pirate who takes it over, he says, "Look at me, I am the captain now.
I'm the captain. Yeah.
I am the captain." Yeah, see, you know it. Yeah,
I know that part. You never actually got to finish your pitch, and now I feel bad.
Yeah. So the movie that they filmed on the USS Kidd was Greyhound. Yeah, but so the USS Kidd Veteran Museum has a pretty active it's a pretty active YouTube channel. I'm so sorry, audio listeners and video watchers and everything. I'm a little tired. They have a pretty active YouTube channel, and on this YouTube channel, they post things about ships and history and World War II and stuff going on the USS Kidd. Basically, last Friday was the anniversary of this battle called the Battle off Samar. It was the 80th anniversary, and they wanted to post something on that day, but they had so much footage, so many interviews, so much stuff. They had footage because this guy, who works there, went down and visited the wreck in a submersible. And then within this documentary, somewhat challenges the history of the battle based on his findings at the wreck. So there was so much going on, and they only had a couple of people editing it. They brought me in, so 3 of us edited it. Very cool people to work with. I enjoyed myself a lot. I'm just not saying names because I don't necessarily have permission, but I was told that it's totally fine if I want to promote this, so I will probably link that in the video. I will probably put it up in the thing, whichever side it is, in the corner with the little eye in the circle. And yeah, check it out. It's long, but if you like ships and you like battles and you like World War II, maybe you'll like it. But yeah, I just wanted to let people know about that.
I don't know if people should be liking World War II.
As a if they like learning about World War II.
I have a politics update for you, by the way. Oh, it's actually super related to you.
Politics, yeah, okay.
Sorry, is your pitch finished?
Yeah, that's all I had to say about that. Yeah.
Okay, so Trump had a rally.
As he does.
They're both having tons of rallies. At one of them, he brought on a speaker who said that, hey, you guys know it's a floating pile of trash in the sea? Puerto Rico. Yeah. And then I think Trump defended him in that statement, which then led to a ton of people coming out and publicly supporting Kamala. So I wanted to know what you thought about that.
What were they saying about Puerto Rico? Were they trying to do something about Puerto Rico?
Who?
The people talking about Puerto Rico.
No, which side? The pro or anti?
The people who called it a pile of trash. What's the significance of that statement?
The people that are there are garbage, and
yeah. But what do they want to? What do they want to do about them? Is what I'm asking. What's the point?
I don't know.
Of that
Sink
statement?
it. I don't know. I didn't watch the whole clip because I tend not to watch most Trump speakers.
Okay, because I don't really have much to say besides that's pretty stupid and mean and gross. But if you're saying, if you're saying oh, Puerto Rico could be better, that's not a lie. You know what would be great is if some taxes went towards fixing the goddamn roads in Puerto Rico, because we need the roads to be redone in Puerto Rico. Seriously. That's just something that came to mind. But otherwise, yeah, fuck you for insulting Puerto Rico. It's so cool. And yeah. Sorry,
So
I don't really want to use
said-
my podcast as a platform to talk about politics too much. I
He's
like
just
this
not a
podcast because
funny
we're not
comedian.
really trying to say anything important about the world. You know me, I like philosophy and stuff, but I'm not about to go spew the way people should live their lives, you know?
Okay, yeah, but I just watched the clip.
Okay,
It is so bad.
okay, tell me more.
Okay, he's a comedian, and he says, there's been a lot going on, guys. I don't know if you guys know, but there's been this giant floating island of trash. It's called Puerto Rico.
Dumbass, sorry.
He's a professional comedian.
It's a kind of funny setup, but like, what's your point, buddy? What's your quarrel with Puerto Rico?
Well, I think in his brain he can get away with it because Puerto Ricans can't vote.
Yeah, because it's not a state, which is kind of stupid.
Neither. I mean, well, DC can.
Mm.
So,
But my dad is
there's-
one of the people who's been fighting for it to, become a state for pretty much his whole life. And there are various opinions on that, so I'm not going to get too into it. But one of my things is that, like, I feel like as a kid, I felt like one of the big arguments against it was probably that, like, we got such a nice even number at 50. You know? Because, like, 51 stars, you know? In which case, my argument is North Dakota, South Dakota, Dakota. Virginia, West Virginia, Virginia.
That's a big one.
North Carolina, South Carolina.
They have vastly different
Carolina.
laws.
I don't care. You have the same name.
Okay.
Make some room for Puerto Rico.
Okay. I can understand where you're coming from, but then you run into the trouble of New Mexico and Mexico.
No, except Mexico is not part of the United States, so that's fine.
Not for very long.
Isn't in the Articles of Confederacy? Technically couldn't Canada still join the U.S. if they wanted to?
Articles of Confederation or Confederacy?
Yes.
Articles of Confederation, yes. The Articles of Confederation were repealed in 87.
Mm.
I think
I
that's
just
how
remember
it
learning about that in
shook
AP
out.
US history. And somebody and I think it was my teacher being like, technically.
Who'd you have again?
Am I allowed to say teachers' names?
If it's just their last name and it's a common last name,
It's not the most common. I haven't heard anybody else with his last name.
message me.
You
If it's
definitely
Smith, I'm
know
gonna
because
kill
he's our goat. He ran the film club with me, and we hung out with him in his classroom. pretty often.
Oh, yeah, because you were in seminar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
I love
trust
this
him.
dude. I love this dude so much.
That reminds me of another story. Did I tell you this story
What?
about the? I have to message you because this is very something that should be private, and
Yeah. Sorry for this awesome content, guys, where you don't get to know anything.
this is fantastic content. A1, if you will.
Whoa! What?
Okay, so you don't know this story.
What?
I
I don't like the connotation of these two names next to each other.
Okay, so there is a student. Student is a male. Student is gay. He is out. He's proud.
Yeah.
And he goes on a trip. He goes on a student, school sanctioned field trip. They go to. While there for fun, the student with his friends start going through Grindr. And they match with, because they have languages set to English, they match with a teacher from the same group of people.
I did hear about this, but I didn't know the students or the teacher.
The teacher happens to be...
Because I don't like talking about rumors, Max.
I
don't like talking about
I don't know.
rumors. Okay.
Have you heard of the concept of a podcast? What they
Weak minds discuss people. Mediocre minds discuss events. Strong minds discuss ideas. Socrates. But also, I literally just said that even though I'm philosophical, I don't really want to talk about how people should live their lives literally 5 minutes ago. So keep going.
What's the nicest way I can tell you to kill yourself?
You say it pretty often.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying to think of a nicer way to say it. Anyways, they allegedly match with this person who is the teacher is in his mid-40s, the 50s. The account says 30, and it is just a picture of his lips.
Okay.
And some other interesting behaviors. And the reason I know about this is because the student was pulled aside by the administration. And the administration talked to said student and said, "Hey, is this true? And can we have evidence or whatever?" The student said he didn't want to talk without parents and or representation present.
Lawyer.
Exactly. And then nothing came of it.
Never speak to authorities without a lawyer.
Ever. Anyways, nothing came of it. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
It was a crazy thing to happen.
Okay.
So,
okay. Well, that didn't go as dark of a direction as I thought it might.
No. And that's closer to who you didn't know.
But yeah, but I don't like talking
whose
about
name you might have to bleep. By the way,
did you just say a name I have to bleep? God damn it.
You might, I don't know.
If you say a name and we don't have permission to say it, I'm going to bleep it. Okay? I'm going to bleep it, Max.
It's a last name.
Even so.
Oh no, you'll get better at editing. By the way, you asked if I had a new mic. This isn't a new mic. I put a sock on my mic as a makeshift pop filter.
That's
so
what that is.
Students, yes. For all you film students, socks can work as makeshift pop filters.
Socks can do a lot of things.
You're a man child. Without the man part.
What, have you not heard about a podcast before?
Fucking God. You used to defend Andrew Tate.
What?
No, you defended friends of Andrew Tate.
I did?
Jordan Peterson?
Oh, no, I am not a Jordan Peterson fan. I said that sometimes he says
not
interesting
anymore.
Things.
No, before. Before you said you were.
I did?
In sophomore year, yes.
Was I fucking around?
No.
Okay,
it rubbed me the wrong way for months.
Okay, well, let me put it this way. Sometimes he says something interesting. I'm always going to hear out any person to hear what they have to say, even if they're wrong 99% of the time. Because we have free speech in this country. That doesn't mean I agree with it.
So Hitler had a point or two, is what you're saying.
That's not what I said. I said it's a free country.
What you're saying.
He's not an American of the United States. He doesn't have free speech.
He would have been offered citizenship if he had engineering, because we fucking recruited Goebbels. Not Goebbels.
No.
A lot of the rocket scientists, though, we recruited.
No, I'm talking about that. Like
no,
the guy
you're
who
right.
was like a mayor of some city, and he was Jewish, and there's this big anti-Semitic community, and like full-on neo-Nazis who were just like, we want to have a neo-Nazi rally, and you got to prove it because free speech, haha, fuck you. And then he spoke to his family, and they were just like, yeah, you know what, you got to give it to him because free speech, and you have to trust.
Are you talking about Charlottesville?
I don't know the story. I saw something about it, but yeah.
Shouldn't have been
Unfortunately,
Charlottesville because
we have to give
Charlottesville
people free speech, and then we have
horribly.
to trust that we don't listen to the stupid people.
You know, we have laws against this because free speech is so often misused in America.
Oh, it is.
Libel, slander.
Well, yeah, no, but like it's different. Like a way that my elementary school
defamatory.
A way that my elementary school teacher explained it to me is that you have free speech, but you're not allowed to go into a movie theater and yell "fire," because that's not
okay. You're definitely
free
not.
speech. Yeah,
it's freedom of speech. It's not freedom of consequence.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But people are allowed to say what they feel, and then they are allowed to face consequences for what they say.
Yeah, that's a thing anywhere.
I know. Except
in a country where they cut out your tongue.
I know. So we're not allowed to limit the speech. But why are we talking about free speech?
Because you were defending Jordan Peterson, and then I remembered like 3 logical fallacy arguments and straw mans, and I'm like, I'll have some fun with this.
No, like legitimately, I saw a clip earlier today of Jordan Peterson. Okay, no. Oh, and it was,
you don't have to admit that, right?
No. And
you
no. It was not. This is not a clip in which he looks good. I'm about to say it. I'm about to make fun of him. Okay, calm yourself. In which they were just going like, why do you keep using the term dragon and like biology of a dragon? And he goes, well, think about this. What are predatory reptiles? Could you say fire is a predator? Is fire a predator? No. Well, it's complicated. Fire.
What?
Blah 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 blah. So what is more of a representation of a predator than a fire-breathing reptile with claws that can fly or something? And then he just keeps trying to do it. All you have to say, dude, is it's a bloody metaphor. That's all you have to say. That's all you have to say, man.
It's because he's a fake intellectual fucking dumbass.
You can say what you want about people. See, free speech.
Yeah, I could say that someone should take an axe to him.
You can, but that's a bit far, I think.
And I would say I meant Axe body spray because he's stinky.
Yeah, and
See?
also, is Jordan Peterson friends with Andrew Tate? I don't know that.
They're in the same manosphere.
Yeah, no, they're in the same sphere, but I didn't
internet.
know if they actually associated.
I think they do. I don't want to get this on my YouTube, my search. And yeah, oh my God, he did like a big thing about him.
You did?
Yeah. And then he insulted him after.
Okay.
Called him reprehensible. He called him reprehensible because he sounds like fucking Elmo. It doesn't matter. Dude, we cannot have a podcast and talk about those 2 fuckheads.
Yeah.
That we are too white. We are too white for that.
But you brought it up.
Well, you said you loved him. And
no, I didn't.
You did.
If I did, I was fucking with you.
Answer me this. Do you have proof that you didn't?
Do you have proof that I did? Innocent until proven guilty, my friend.
Okay, do you have proof God exists?
Do you have proof he doesn't?
See? It's all logical fallacies to prove a negative. You have the opposite of that at your school, I'm assuming.
And also I do.
Taught that.
Jesus Christ. Real person.
I told you the closest I was to ever being converted, right?
Yes. So what would you rather talk about? Jordan Peterson and Andrew Tate, or your ex-girlfriend?
You left me with a litany of options here.
Oh my God.
This is also my fault for fucking up the audio.
Yeah. Why don't we talk about neither? How about we talk about neither? I have another topic in mind. Why don't we catch up, since this is supposed to be a podcast about us catching up, and unfortunately, all of you listeners, especially my LSU friends, who I am so grateful that like so many of you are actually listening for some reason. I know you want to hear me talk about, what I did with all of you like this past weekend, but that's not going to happen.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
Yeah, it's on Patreon for $1 a month, and I know you kind of all voted on my close friend's Instagram story to see the shitty audio version on YouTube instead. And I'm sorry, just listening to it, I can't put you through that for free. So, sorry.
Yeah.
I can't put but
you gotta pay to feel like that. That's
no, I just mean like I can't. No, I'm sorry, guys. But if you want to see me dressed as Daredevil for an hour and a half and talk about a fun weekend, then yeah. But we can talk about.
It's such a reversal.
We can talk about
this episode.
Yeah, we can talk about what we did literally the rest of that day. Let's catch up. How was your Sunday night, Max? It's a Monday night when we're recording this. Yep.
I spent the rest of the night troubleshooting a computer.
Okay.
And then an hour and a half doing homework.
Fun.
No, actually the opposite. Oh, and my mom surprised me and said we're dropping off the car to have work done after hours.
Okay.
So I needed to drive up to, I think it was like past Gaithersburg,
Yeah.
at like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night. And I was like, okay, I'll drive the separate car. You drive this car. And then she started drag racing me, which I didn't love. And she got in front of me on the highway. It was actually really kind of funny. So I did that, and then I'm still in tech support hell now. I had classes today. My computer science professor continues to not be the best, honestly. Oh, I had a panic attack.
Whoa, what?
Remember that person I told you about who I sent that text to?
Oh yeah.
Who gave me the advice on I definitely shouldn't ever send that?
Yes. Can you tell?
Yes,
can you tell the pod what the text was?
Fine. No, actually, I can't.
Please.
I cannot.
No. You don't.
That's
you can't
a Patreon thing.
You don't have to say who.
It doesn't matter. It actually, seriously,
it's so silly.
It was a very forward text. That is the way I'll say that.
Okay, let me put it this way. When Max asked,
you cannot. You actually cannot. It could get me in trouble.
No, I'm just saying. Let me put it this way. When Max sent me the draft of this text and said, "Should I send this?" I thought he was joking.
Anyways, it was a very forward text that I was considering sending to someone.
Yeah.
So I proofed it by sending it to a mutual friend. He happens to be gay and tall
and friends with the person.
Trustworthy. What?
And friends with the person you wanted to send it to.
Yeah, and friends with the person. And I thought this person was trustworthy. They were not. Anyways, I see him sitting next to, for the entirety of my 350-person lecture that goes for an hour and a half, sitting next to and talking to the only other person from my high school at my college. The only other person.
Oh, shit!
The only one.
Oh, fuck.
And
oh, no. And I know who this person is.
Oh, you do. You do, very much so. And she doesn't also have the best perception of you, my friend.
Oh, I know she doesn't.
So
because she didn't realize that this movie that I wanted to make, that I had to pitch, was based on a true story and thought it was sexist. And I'm just like, and I'm over here like, no, this is something that happened to my female friend that she gave me permission to write about and liked my script of. Yeah. Is that the only thing that's effed up with her perception of me?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. That's
anyways,
as far as I know. No.
So my problems are following me to college and building upon each other, and time is a flat circle. So that was my morning. Oh, and then I went to class and I talked to the only other person at the school who knows my ex-girlfriend.
Yay!
I talked to her for like 10 minutes.
About?
She knew another person from Bullis.
Do I have to bleep the name of the school?
Yes. I've worn it. I have posted it. You're wearing the shirt now.
I'm actually wearing a shirt that says the name of our school.
Also, in episodes we've posted, I've worn it too. We went to a high school called Bullis. Anyways, she knew someone else.
I'm going to bleep it just for fun. Because audio listeners, if you want to see what school we went to, you're going to have to check out the video on YouTube.
Being an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so my problems are very literally following me.
Yep.
And then I had to, God, it's just, God damn it. Literally, it was a 350-person lecture. Why? And I turn around and then I ask them both separately. They're like, oh, I have French class. Oh, I love talking to this person. And I'm like, cool. I'm going to end myself in front of you. So that was my morning. I had a lot of consecutive panic attacks. Literally my heart rate, I think it's tracked because I got a new Aura ring that tracks my health. I think it like shot up to 160. I really don't think anyone from our school went to your school.
I don't think so either. A lot of people.
Did they?
A lot of people, just from our area generally, not just in our year, but like some people in our year. A lot of people go to Tulane over New Orleans for some reason.
No, that makes sense.
Why does that make sense?
It's Julane, as it's referred to. It has a much higher acceptance for Jewish students.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and is a more like I don't want to say I kind of want to say cultural hub for Jewish students as well.
Well, I can say this.
Also, washed Jew.
No, I visited it, because I was in Louisiana, visiting.
Artie's
LSU.
sister goes there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
It really just reminded me of a bigger version of our high school campus.
Have you seen my school campus?
Well, that in other ways, it looked more like a bigger version of the area with our newer. I'm already forgetting the names of our buildings. This is crazy. The BDC. That's more what it reminded me of, like the BDC, and it looks like a big version of that. And I was just like, I just did 4 years of this. I don't want to do 4 more years of this.
That was how you made that decision?
That was a big inspiration.
Well, I guess I also did it weirdly because I didn't look at the school I went to before I applied.
Huh. No, I didn't look at a couple of schools that I applied to, but I did look at.
Did you look at LSU?
I did, because my grandparents live right here.
Oh, yes, they do.
Yeah. And so I've been visiting this school for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was I? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. See, because you're going into like, this is something we've talked about before, but you're in an area where, you can. You're in an area where you still got to deal with the reputation of somebody you went to high school with. But like, literally, this person, she apparently has a warped perception of me. That doesn't matter. I'm across the country. I could care less. So You shouldn't care less, because you're my best friend, and I have class with her 2 out of 5 days a week. You're my producer, and I have class with her. See how it feels? You see how that feels, by the way, when you pull the... Viewers, what, do you guys talk about me or something?
No. Well, she said that she saw the thing for the podcast.
Well, yeah, but that's not talking about me. That's talking about the podcast. That's totally separate. Yeah.
We don't talk much.
Exactly.
We had something planned, and then I got sick, and then we tried to reschedule, and then she got sick.
And now your reputation may be ruined.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Certainly is, in fact.
Mm-hmm. Well.
Sorry, I had another story, but you seem like you're about to go, so.
Well, I was going to say, I was just going to say, I had a much more fun Sunday night.
Fuck yourself. What was your Sunday night?
I starred in a movie. Yeah, we talked about this on a past episode. I was cast. Oh, for reference, episode 2 was filmed 2 weeks before this one, but from now on, we're going to be going on a week-to-week basis. So this episode 3, you're watching it now. It was filmed the Monday previous. So yeah, but I was cast in a movie just because they put it into the Delta Rouge Discord casting call, and I was like, sure, why not? And I was cast. It was pretty fun. I had a good time. I was just worked with some upperclassmen. It was called Darren at the Drive-Thru, and so most of it was me just talking to the speaker at a drive-thru that's not responding. It was pretty fun.
Can you say anything about any of production?
Yeah, so I was in a car that just like was perfect, and it was kind of based on the car. It was the way that the director put it, she says that she describes her she named her car Darren, or she said like a dickhead named Darren would drive this car. And that's where the idea came from. I was working with 5 upperclassmen. Working on the production. So they had, a camera guy, sound guy, director, assistant director, and then one just actress who shows up near the end as an employee of the place. And yeah, it was pretty fun. We just went behind the building of this, diner that happens to have a pickup window, and they made a speaker. They DIY'd a speaker that looks realistic enough in the lighting. And something that was pretty annoying was that there was like this really cool kind of neon sign in the background of this restaurant, and we get through filming half of it, and it added this real stylized look to it, and then they turned it off at like 10:30 p.m. And so we had to refilm the whole thing for the consistent lighting, and it really subtracted from the aura of the film.
What were you guys filming on, and what were you using for audio?
We just had a Rode shotgun mic for audio.
Rode shotgun. Okay.
And then the camera itself, I don't know, because the black magic that they got from the equipment office at LSU stopped working. And then when the other person showed up, she was like, "Oh, Curly," because we name each camera so that you know which it is. They have like numbers assigned to them, but they also have like names. So Curly was the camera, and she was like, "Oh yeah, Curly never works." And they're just like, "Then why do they give it out? Why do they give Curly out?" So we had to use our sound guy's much smaller camera. I don't know what brand it was, but it still shot very well. It just, the only lens that went with it was this pretty wide, I believe it was a prime lens. But that gave it a very particular style that kind of added to it in some ways. So
it gives it a very unique style.
Exactly. So kind of blessing in disguise,
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm learning the camera
Yeah.
stylization. So the news at my school was, so a few weeks ago, one of the dorms had we'll call it a fluid issue. Someone had clogged a toilet, and this caused a sewage line to burst and flood into students' rooms.
Huh.
With sewage. This happened for a second time on the same floor to the same dorms last night.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. It was just crazy that it's just flooding shit.
Yeah.
Through. Also, by the way, we can, if we do it the right way, we can listen to Chapel Roan.
Oh yeah. For those who don't watch the Patreon episode, Max is a Chapel Roan fan now. Yeah.
Yes.
But I think she's kind of cool. I don't really know her music though. But I've heard good things about the music.
Yes.
But are you sure that's the best episode for a non-Patreon? Are you sure that's the best content for a non-Patreon episode? Because I feel like the right way would be find a way for me to listen to it and comment on it without it being actually in the audio. Is that the right way?
If you do it, so it actually can be argued under YouTube as what's called transformative content. It's just really, not really. It's kind of tougher for newer channels to argue a transformative content thing, but it's very possible.
Well, I don't know.
But it's less good content.
We should probably just plan something like that in advance. So sorry, listeners, if you thought you were about to hear some Chapel Roan.
It'd be my vote to just play it in the background always, just because I like her music. But
yeah. So yeah, it is a little bit of a struggle to think of topics for this episode because we caught up already.
We caught up and we did our longest episode ever with 0 breaks.
We went for so long.
We told the most stories we've ever told.
I told actually like a really good story, like a really good content story about the actor of Daredevil. Damn it. Jesus Christ. Like about my life involving
That's such an important story.
It's a
such
really
an
important story
too.
But I'm not going to tell it in this episode because I just told it. Maybe I'll tell it again down the line.
Or you could have the main person who went through that story tell his perspective of it. Which might be a better way to do that, bud.
Yeah, my brother.
Hey.
That's not a spoiler.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
No, I know.
But yeah, Well, what we could do, okay, Halloween's coming up. In fact, it will already have passed while we film this episode, but we think we're going to film our Halloween episode a little after so that we have actual Halloween stories.
Right, I have to actually get a costume.
Yeah. I had an improvised costume last weekend. You'll have to watch the Patreon episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
God damn it, I'm so mad.
Yeah. Okay, but
so annoying.
I spoke to Micah and Ayana because they were playing Roblox together earlier. I was like, what topics do you want? And Ayana was like, Halloween's coming up. Talk about scary movies since you guys are movie people. Max, what's your favorite scary movie?
I've seen 2.
What are those 2?
Get Out and Scary Movie.
Scary Movie is not a scary... Wait, you've seen Scary Movie, but you haven't seen Scream?
Yeah. Scary Movie is fantastic. Scary Movie is gold.
It kind of is, yeah.
But really so is
funny. Scream. I actually, as somebody who's not a big fan of horror movies and finds them pretty ridiculous and silly, I actually love Scream because for some reason, and a lot of people don't realize it, like when I tell them this, they're like, no. But yeah, Scream is a parody. Scream is not a horror movie. It is a parody horror movie. They are literally talking about horror movie tropes the entire time throughout it. And that's why Scary Movie is so fucking ridiculous because it's a parody of a parody horror movie.
I know. But Get Out is probably the actual one. Yeah. Get Out is extremely well done, and I find it terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, you haven't seen Get Out, which is crazy.
Get Out for some fucking reason, and I hate.
Why don't you watch it for Halloween this year?
I will actually. I will do that. Finally.
And I'm going to. What day is Halloween?
Thursday.
Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday, October 31st. The streets are crowded.
I have no plans. I have none.
No, the streets are crowded for the holiday, despite the rain. But I'm there too, watching. 2 years of nights have turned me into a nocturnal animal.
Why do you have the Batman movie stuck in your head?
Because it's Thursday, October 31st.
I know.
That's how the movie opens.
And he writes it in his little notebook.
Yeah.
Yep. Fuck you.
Yeah.
God. Okay, he's actually a really good Batman, though. I hate to tell you.
Yeah, it's a really good
I watched the clip of how bad Christian Bale annihilated the back scent in the second movie.
Yeah.
And compared to the first, and how bad it just.
Did
you send that to me?
I don't know, probably not. But I really like his Batman voice in the first movie, and Robert Pattinson's voice takes a lot of inspiration from it. It's very whispery and it's very cool. And that is the one thing about The Dark Knight. It's a little bit Rachel.
It's just it's so close to God. I think it's Pete Campbell. The series on College Humor, Bad Man. Pete Holmes.
Oh, Pete Holmes?
That's his name.
Yeah, no, I love Pete Holmes so much.
It's so close to that voice.
Oh, no. Pete Holmes says that his dream is to have like an actually funded by DC parody movie in which he plays Batman.
That would be awesome.
That would be incredible. I would love it. I love his Batman so much.
It's really good. It's really funny.
It's so good.
And it's probably, he has a better he has a better Batman than Christopher Nolan. No. Christian Bale in
Christian Bale
episode 2 Batman.
Christian Bale is a great Batman. It's just the voice kind of lost the plot in The Dark Knight, and that is the one big flaw of The Dark Knight for me.
Did he get it back in Dark Knight Rises?
Not really.
If I remember correctly, he did not at all.
Yeah, and even so, it's not like terrible the whole time. Like when he talks to Commissioner Gordon, if I recall correctly, he is a little more whispery. When he talks to Joker, it's a little more subdued, and before he starts the screaming, it's kind of like "You're garbage that kills for money," you know.
It's concerning how much of that movie you have memorized.
I've seen it so many times.
Have you actually?
And
I've only seen it like
and
6
DJ,
times.
if you're listening, we will watch that. Don't think I've forgotten.
He's just trying to flirt with you.
No, I'm not. We already watched Batman Begins.
He's just trying to flirt with you.
No, DJ.
He does this with all the girls and boys. He just watches. He just watches Batman.
It's not about romance.
He just watches. Dude, okay.
Dude, no.
Alci
if you
had a
tried
graduation
a
party.
Netflix and chill
Alci
with
had a
me while we're
graduation.
watching
My
Batman.
time.
Yeah.
Alci had a graduation party, and I show up with my parents, and what's there are Oscar-nominated people who work on film, a lot of his extended family and close friends, and a 7-foot-tall Batman cutout of cardboard.
My mother brought that.
That was it was displayed in the center of the room, and I was presented the argument that Batman was for a birthday.
Yeah,
and I was inclined to believe this behavior.
Wait, what do you mean? I presented the argument.
I proceeded to spend the rest of the summer, because this was 2 days after graduation.
Oh yeah.
I proceeded to spend the rest of the summer with Alci, his family, and Batman.
Yeah.
Who presided over everything always.
No,
he never moved.
No, my mom brought it out for the party. And then it never
out of your room because he was comforting.
No, he was in the basement. And he just never went back to the basement. He just stayed in the main room.
He never made his way back.
Yeah. Well, no. Okay.
How many times for Halloween did you dress as Batman and/or Batman characters?
Only a couple times. I try to switch it up on Halloween. When I was a kid, when I went to school and preschool, I dressed as Spider-Man every single day of my life until I started, alternating Spider-Man and Batman. Spider-Man was my favorite superhero.
Every single day of your life. Explain.
Every single day. When I was 4 years old, every single day I went to school in a Spider-Man onesie.
What? Did you wash it?
Yeah, and on those days I wore my Batman outfit.
How are you still a virgin? Like, because you haven't changed emotionally from that. In your head, you're still either Spider-Man or Batman on a given day. Yeah. You've written movies from this perspective of either Spider-Man or Batman.
Uh-huh. Sometimes I'm Daredevil.
The movie we made is a Pete Holmes Batman movie. God damn it.
You could look at it that way. Yeah.
I've been got.
Yeah.
God, what I was made aware to was his friends now call this virgin talking whenever he talks about
Batman. Yeah, no, we talked about that. Yeah. Well, no, DJ does. DJ says virgin speaking. And okay, I will say something that pisses me off about some of the film majors in this film school. Sometimes I talk about film and they look at me like I'm lame. Because I'm more into it than that.
Have you considered that?
No.
Just maybe.
No, let me put it this way. I talk about my USC friends about stuff like this, and they're like, and they get it. They get it.
Your USC friend is a. Oh wait, no,
friends.
Your USC friend.
Friends. I have multiple USC friends.
Well, the USC screenwriting program.
Well, yes, but I met people from other programs.
Okay,
there were so many programs.
No, because you said the USC, and yeah. So that person is a terrorist who is a loser.
No, Owen Gertz is not a terrorist.
He's a terrorist.
No, but okay. Anyways, I'm talking to my LSU fellow film majors. This is our career. We chose to spend our lives with this, and I get made fun of when I happen to mention that my phone can shoot in 8K 120 FPS because you don't care. You're a film major. Get a grip. Sorry, I'm a little tired this episode. I don't mean to come off so aggressive, guys. I love you guys.
You're
but come on,
like pretending to be aggressive. You understand that they're just jealous. And
yeah,
so
that's all
playing
they are.
It off like they don't care.
That's what they say
like,
when they say.
Who even cares about that? Who even cares about that?
No. It's always jealous when DJ say virgin speaking. It's really because she wishes she knew as much about Batman as me.
I cannot. I cannot confirm nor deny this. I cannot explain this behavior. It's really hard to define where that line is. I would say there's a bit of jealousy there, maybe with... Actually, no. If they're like Owen Gertz, domestic terrorist cell, then they don't care
Just so you know,
about audio or
every
video
time you
quality.
mention his name, I'm gonna link one of his movies in the top left corner.
Oh, are you also gonna like link like a malware site or ISIS.com or something? Because you should.
Why do you hate him so
There'd
much?
be better options.
He gave a bad first impression to you because he's socially awkward. That's a no.
And you know what? You know what happened?
He's not socially
awkward. He did no work to fix it.
No, he's. How do you know? You haven't spoken to him since.
And whose fault is that?
He lives in Massachusetts.
Oh, because the phone doesn't exist. I googled or I put in ISIS.com and it says
you want to call Owen? You want to call Owen? No, you don't.
Call Owen right now. Call Owen right now. Add him to the call. Add him to the server. See if he responds. See if he'll fucking show up.
It's midnight on a Monday night.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he would. I don't want to do that.
He has a worse sleep schedule than you. Don't even pretend.
No, he doesn't.
Like
I feel bad. I kind of converted him to Insomniac. At USC, that was kind of my bad.
He doesn't eat.
No, he doesn't. That's because he's allergic.
He exists on pure hate.
No, spite. But
what's the difference?
Well, spite is specifically getting back at someone.
And what's hate?
Hate is you don't have to get back at them to hate someone.
I feel like they're interdependent principles.
No, but it's not. But like hate is too limited of a description. Spite is more accurate. Also, but no.
Oh, okay. So your best I was gonna say your best friend. Your second best friend is a spite hoarder.
No, he's not. He's actually improved. He's improved on that a lot. In fact, he finally just released a comedy. He finally just released what I would.
Does he even listen to the episodes?
He does actually.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know. I literally hit him up. I was like, episode 2's great. I told him episode 2's great. Max calls you a sex terrorist. He's like, that sounds awesome. I'm watching.
Man. See, now I feel.
Yeah, Owen Gertz is a supportive friend of mine. If you're watching Owen,
if you look on local pedophiles near you, remember to check just in case he's there. It's just a registry. Anyone can check it.
What were we talking about before this?
Free speech.
No.
You can't infringe me.
What were we talking about before we got to... Oh, yeah. I was talking about my film major friends. Oh, yeah. Guys, you got to get into this movie stuff. You got to dedicate your life around this.
This little thing called movies. Don't know if you've heard of it.
You're a film major. You got to get into this movie stuff. I mean, come on.
I still think they're just pretending. Because if you talk about, like, fucking French New Wave, or, like, fucking Lolita or something, I'm sure they'll be like, oh my god, it's amazing.
No, they haven't seen that.
Do you know what that is?
Lolita?
Yeah.
Is it not Stanley Kubrick?
Yeah, but, you know, it's based off the Nabokov novel about dating a child.
Mm-hmm.
An adult dating a child.
Yeah.
Which you support. Yep. Yeah. You said it. I didn't have to say it. I had to put it in your... You just got so fucked.
Owen Gertz is a great filmmaker. Watch his stuff. I'm going to put it in the description of every video where he comes up. Watch his stuff.
Domestic sex terrorist.
You watch his stuff. Decide for yourself.
Domestic.
Which means he limits his
crimes. And
He
international.
limits his crimes to the U.S.
It's the Interpol Red Notice.
I'm going to start a podcast with Owen Gertz called Sex Terrorists.
Oh, good luck. Yeah, he'll commit to that. Yeah, he would commit to that part.
No, he wouldn't, is the thing.
That'll be a Red Notice, but not the shitty movie with God. Did you watch Red Notice?
Yes, actually, for Ryan Reynolds.
It was really bad.
It was really bad.
It was garbage.
I was expecting it to be bad though, and I got my dose of Ryan Reynolds, and I was good.
Are there any good Ryan Reynolds movies?
Yes.
Green Lantern, but beyond that. If you say waiting, I'm going to Louisiana and I'm killing you.
There's a movie called, what is it called? This is just a fun movie. It's not the most incredible thing. I liked it, and I'm starting with a weird one. It's called Definitely Maybe. It's a fun little rom-com.
Is that the one where he did a bunch of rom-coms.
Yeah,
Was it the one where he is pretending to date his boss so that she can get a green card?
No. This is one where
That one was garbage.
This is the one where he's explaining sex to his daughter. No, because
first Lolita, then Owen Gertz.
No, because
this is a bad track record, my friend.
Without warning, the kids were put through a sex ed class. So at home, he has to explain to his daughter, and then she asks if he's done that with anyone but her mother, and he's just like, "Oh, I guess I gotta be honest to my daughter." And so it's him telling his stories about his ex-girlfriend to his daughter. The daughter is played by the girl from Little Miss Sunshine, so it's pretty cool. This is a bad description of the movie. It's a lot more lighthearted than I'm making it sound. But that is not. That's not the best Ryan Reynolds movie.
Start from.
It's just some. It's one that's a little sweet. I like it.
You can't start with Jordan Peterson. Go to.
You started with Jordan Peterson. You started.
Then Owen Gertz, convicted, by the way. Then. This is such a specific thing, I'm realizing. No one else knows who this person is, nor gives a shit.
Exactly!
In
fact,
it makes me happy
have you ever heard no such thing as bad press? You are giving him representation. Because every single time you mention him, you are getting people interested in him. Especially when you call him a sex terrorist. They want to know why you hate him so much. And then I am linking
You know what
videos.
I'm going to do every time? You know what I do every time? You say there's no such thing, and something equivalent to, there's no such thing as bad press or some stupid thing like that. You know what I'm going to say every time?
What? I'm excited. What?
You know whose press was pretty bad?
I'm really curious.
Hitler's.
Hey, you got famous.
Hitler's press was pretty bad.
You got attention.
Oh, yeah. And how'd that turn out for him? Also, his girlfriend was 13. So
okay,
there
Max,
he goes again.
Okay,
there he goes again.
Hey, okay, Max, you want to know how you proved you're kind of one of the most annoying kind of people to get in an argument with? Whenever you start losing, you bring up, what about Hitler? What about Hitler? How does this apply to Hitler? That is the coward's way to win an argument. Because no matter what, the person has to go, well, yeah, it's Hitler. Fuck Hitler.
It's so literally a law technique or like a professional debate technique called reducto ad absurdum.
Where you bring up Hitler?
Thing. You reduce something to the most extreme, and
exactly.
The most extreme in any circumstance.
And it's so annoying.
Is AH. Okay, fine. I'll just take a straw man of what you say. All right, happy. Instead of actually facing what you say, I'll continue using weirder and more annoying logical fallacies.
You're so annoying.
This content brought to you by HelloFresh. Thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring this episode.
Fuck HelloFresh.
No, we like HelloFresh.
No.
I like HelloFresh because I have investment stake in HelloFresh.
Okay, good for you.
You like HelloFresh because a mutual friend of ours also has that. And
I don't know that because
I
don't talk to people about their investments.
And is potentially contributing to you being able to enter a film festival.
Shut the fuck up, Max. Shut up. Micah, how's Minecraft going? How's Minecraft going, Micah, please? Give me something. I want to change conversation topics. Give me something.
Hitler.
No, not Hitler, Micah.
Hitler? Thank you, Micah. I only bring this up. Okay.
And I need to pull an all-nighter tonight because I have work to do.
Do you actually?
I have to finish an outline and stuff and prepare an essay, for world cinema history. I have to continue to work on a documentary that was delayed, and then also write a screenplay for production 1 that I forgot about.
Just use you have like 5 screenplays.
It has to have no dialogue.
What?
Which is my favorite thing to write.
No, it is. We made a movie about this.
Yeah. But also, our most recent movie, the main character doesn't say a word.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, it's possible I can do it, but I got to do that tonight. So, at the second we finish this, and I get all files uploaded and everything, I'm popping a pill. That sounds bad. I'm taking my ADHD recommendation that is prescribed to me that I am taking responsibly.
No.
And I'm working overnight.
No, you're not. It's not recommended to take it at this hour.
Not if I'm planning on not sleeping.
Just have coffee for that, dummy.
Coffee makes me sleepy. And where am I supposed to get coffee at this hour?
Okay, A, with the amount that you drink, you should have easier access to caffeine. B, your common room. C, actually, I don't know
what
if
do you
your
mean?
common room
There's
is
no
that way.
coffee in my common room.
I remembered. I thought for a second. Okay, we have a really rich person on our floor who just bought a coffee maker for the common room.
Oh, what a nice guy.
No, he's just loaded and it's oil money, so he gives it away.
Sure.
Not weird guy.
Why are you insulting people who are giving you free coffee? This is just a bad way to go about life, Max.
You're right. So, and if you piss me off more, I'm going to say his name and you're going to have to bleep it.
Humperdinck. You don't get that because you haven't seen The Princess Bride. Fuck! Max! You're killing me.
Book.
You're killing me.
Just get my ex to fall back in love with me and I'll watch it with her. Easy. No, I don't know if you've thought about this. I think that in the short time that I've been at college, and I actually haven't even been at college for that much of it because I've been going home, I feel like my self and brain has changed a lot.
Yeah.
And developed a lot.
Good for you.
I feel very different.
Yeah. As do I.
So
I'm finally in an environment that I enjoy. It's pretty nice.
That's just because you can sleep when you want. That's not true.
Well, no,
you're also
that's actually
taking
kind of
classes.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. You're also taking classes that make you happy.
I am, and I'm also surrounded by people that I don't hate. Sorry, Bolus listeners. Sorry. I don't hate you guys. I don't hate all of you guys. I'm so sorry. I don't mean that.
He likes you as much as I like Owen Gertz. There you go.
That's not a terrible comparison, except I have more evidence on them. I have a lot more evidence on them than you have on Owen Gertz.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I was with them every single day. You met Owen Gertz
You forgot
one time.
most of their names.
Well, no, those are the people I never met.
Who are you? Okay.
Like,
I guess that's fair when considering our drive home from Habitat.
Yes, I did not like that conversation in that car. I do not like it when I'm in a group full of, just immature dudes discussing immature things, going around saying what their favorite physical feature of a woman is. And I'm just like, you realize how much of a stereotype you're being right now? What does this conversation adds nothing to my life.
We're white men with podcasts, right? You're aware of this fact.
And I'm trying to be self-aware about it, Max. What's your favorite feature of a woman?
Obviously their personality.
Their smile.
No. No, that's my least favorite. I hate to see that. One person legitimately said feet, which got no negative reactions, which I was impressed by.
There was one funny story that was revealed in that car.
There were two.
Well, one involving a woman crapping on a dude, which was kind of funny.
The other one with
which allowed me my perfect
vampiric.
Well, when you brought up that I made out with a dude for a movie, I made out with a sex terrorist.
I did pull that out.
No, you pulled that out, and they started looking at me like, "What, Alci? What, Alci?" And so I just went, "At least he didn't crap on me." And they were like, "Ah!" And attention was off of me.
Got him.
Attention was off of me.
Yeah, you immediately weaponized it to make fun of a man, which I would never do.
Yeah, because they were about to make fun of gayness. Poop funny. Gay normal.
You can't be too much of an ally. It's getting suspicious at this point.
Suspicious? Like, are you saying there's something wrong with being gay? Like it's a crime that I have to hide?
My gay friend was talking about this at my school.
Yep.
His analysis, his social and political analysis of the school is really kind of funny. His major complaint is that there are too many men that are not out of the closet.
Okay.
There are men that present gay, but they are straight, as they so say. And it's really interesting. There's one guy who is, there's one, I think they're a TA. They are trans, extraordinarily Republican.
Interesting.
An anime, like, furry weeaboo. Weeb.
And?
Which is just an enigma of a person, which I actually kind of respect. Because that's someone who has never made up their mind about anything. So, I don't know. It's a weird social environment. I am so not used to college that I'm going back. I commuted every single day of last week for reasons of illness and sleep. Mm-hmm. And I'm realizing I should probably go I shouldn't be doing that. But then I go to my projector setup and I turn on Dune 2.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. Thanks for letting me watch Dune 2 at your house on your projector. That was
Lisan Al-Gaib.
Muad'Dib.
The one from the other... Muad'Dib! Anyway. You're... the chosen one is humble. That was cool. I think that was cool. It was fun. But it's just like, I could do that, or I could go to my dorm where, 2 buildings away, there is sewage flooding into the rooms. Twice! Yeah. There's fire alarms. There's fire alarms weekly. Pulled regularly between the hours of 7 a.m., 4 p.m., and 1 a.m.
Yeah, no, okay, at USC, a similar thing happened the first week. 3 nights in a row at like 3 a.m., there was a fire alarm.
You were awake, that doesn't count.
Evacuate. Huh?
You were awake at that time, it doesn't count.
Well, I was, but most of them weren't. Most people weren't. But it was really annoying because every single person, like, by the 3rd time, they were just like, there's probably not a fire. But if there is, I'll die. So they had to come out at 4 a.m. knowing there's no fire on the off chance that you might have to be out there. Fire trucks come again. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have no motivation to... Also, like, okay, so I have 2 dining halls. There's we have a really interesting thing where there's a dining hall that's right next to my dorm. And there's a lower level to it, which just and I can just scan in and get access to it, and it's great. It's not great. It's fine. And there's a ton of food, but they close at 8 p.m. And then there's an upper level where there's 2 floors of really mediocre food that will often run out of meat. Those close at 10. And my only other option for on-campus dining would be walking half a mile away to the cafeteria that serves not only that entire half of the school, but also the hospital. And going to the buffet there, which also closes at 10. So my dining options are severely limited there too. And it's just, I don't know, I like being at home, man. It's so much nicer. It's just easier. My life is better. I don't have to worry about the 2 people from my past and current sitting next to each other in a class of 350 fucking people.
Talking about something that is honestly fair to be worried about. It was a very forward text, Max.
I could pull out so many things, but they would be deeply personal and not very funny and just mean, so I won't.
I fucking dare you. No, I'm kidding.
But I really want to.
And I'll hit you right back.
Guy who dated someone named after a bird.
Okay.
That's all I'll say on the matter.
Guy who dated a female friend of mine. He met at a graduation party and then goes, I should have dated the other female friend of yours. Like they're objects.
That's not what I said.
Yes, it is.
No.
And you're also a sex terrorist.
No, my God. That's only in like 2 states.
I'm also probably going to cut that part because I think one of the female friends watches.
It's fine if you let me explain myself.
Nope, we're moving on.
No. I just thought one of them liked me and I had better chemistry with that person.
But Hitler.
And not the other one. And you were like, no, it's the other one. And then
what do you mean, no, it's the other one? You were talking with one of them for an hour into the night that you couldn't take your eyes off each other. And I said, that's the one you have chemistry with and you work really well personality-wise, and you did.
And guess what? How long did that last, dude?
It lasted a lot longer than it would have with the other.
I don't think so.
Knowing both of you.
Yes, but only because she is going to a very different place.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'll give you. That's it. That's all you're getting.
No, I just...
Anyways, you were saying about Hitler?
Yeah, I love that guy.
You're not...
I'm so sorry.
I guess you're close enough to enough Jewish people, though. That's fine. I'll give you a pass.
Yeah. Goddamn.
People have started doubting my Jewishness.
Really?
They're like, aren't you like only like a quarter Jewish? It's like, that's not how cultures work or ethnicities.
Well, are you?
Genetically, yes. Culturally,
caught.
I'm 100. Wee woo, wee woo. Got the Jew detector over here. Yes. Hey, boys, take this one away. No, I am 100% culturally Jewish, and I've had to deal with people being anti-Semitic towards me, which gives me the pass.
Yeah, but you can, if you try hard enough, you can be anti-Semitic towards anyone.
No, if you have to endure it, you get bipartisanship Jewishness.
I lost my key.
Oh no, you're not going to be able to unlock the key to your computer for the podcast recording.
Unlock the key? You know how stupid you just sounded?
Shut up, you fucking moron. God, I'm so sorry, listeners. This episode got so butchered because someone's audio was broken.
Yeah, well, in some ways, this is kind of better content than our normal content, but it's also not the content that we've advertised.
Not at all, and arguably, it's not better. No, it's probably.
I think it's
a more real
arguably
experience.
More entertaining.
Ooh, I have an idea.
Ooh,
should we live stream recording episodes?
I guess we could. Would we just live stream the Discord call?
Yeah.
Okay. For Patreon listeners?
I don't know. Patreon? No, not... Oh, to all of 0 people. We haven't even set up a bank account connected to that. We wouldn't even... Okay. No, it would just be through Twitch or YouTube, actually. That might be a better way to do it. Because through Twitch and YouTube integration and OBS, literally I would need to click 3 buttons and we would be able to do it.
Fun. And then they would realize that your camera is actually flipped in post, so it looks like we're talking to each other. Movie magic. Max actually looks the other way in real life, but you've been seeing him one way.
This is semi-temporary.
Horizontally flipped. Right. You've been pawns in the palm of my hand this whole time. I don't know what I'm talking about, Max.
I have never seen you like on rails like this. This is so interesting. You're talking to like me when I get tired, but you don't get tired because you're an insomniac.
I get tired of bullshit.
You don't. We watched The Gray Man together.
I was pretty tired of that. Are you kidding me? I was literally arguing.
Fuck you. That movie was good.
I was arguing with your older brother who was trying to defend it, and I was just like, "It's a bad movie, man."
That's because my brother was like, "This is my favorite movie," and you just came into it like, "This piece of shit." Like you're literally like a film person.
You don't have to be a film.
Literally,
person.
like you wished it was Lolita. Literally, like,
No, okay.
God.
He jumps off of that fucking whole train wreck scene and lands on a car like this, and then gets up and goes,
I know, it's sick, right?
He goes, ugh. Like, ugh, that was so inconvenient.
No. It makes sense that the CIA and every subcontractor that the CIA would use would just be allowed to go open house on a field of people in the middle of Germany.
Yeah, no, and also that's my favorite thing in the whole movie that I want to parody so bad. Also, my favorite thing in the whole movie is at the beginning, like after it goes, where does it start? Bangkok, Thailand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it opens.
I think that's where that.
Okay, and it opens Bangkok, Thailand.
Fuck you, that scene is good. Fuck you, that scene is good.
It's fun. No. I'm talking about, and then it cuts to, and it goes, CIA headquarters, Langley, Virginia. What the fuck? You don't have to say both.
But yeah.
You can either say CIA headquarters or you can say Langley, Virginia. Where the fuck else is it gonna be?
No, and then you say the White House, Washington, D.C., 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Exactly.
On a Tuesday morning. Dude, the Russo brothers, I hope we get to be as big as they are one day so we can just shit on them. Oh my God, that'd be so fun.
I'm sorry, it's just so funny. It's so funny. And because of things like that, and because of the dialogue in this movie. Oh, another one of my best jokes is when he's talking about Sisyphus, because he has like a Sisyphus tattoo, and then the little girl is like, "Does he ever make it to the top of the hill?" And he's like, "I'll let you know. He's Sisyphus." And also,
it's like an analogy.
Also, he does make it to the top of the hill. He does. Every day, he makes it to the top of the hill, and the boulder falls back down it. That's Sisyphus. What are you talking about?
He's not constantly pushing up a hill. He has to push it up again and again.
Yes. Oh my God.
It's a common misunderstanding.
So that's the thing.
Right?
The Gray Man, in its script form, is a parody, and the Russo brothers didn't realize that.
No, okay. They make their biggest undefendable crime. I know you know what it is. Do you remember what I could be talking about?
Bring it up. Let's see if it jogs my memory.
It's the underuse of Ana de Armas.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Not even just like, I'm not saying like putting her in a blazer and stuff because she's pretty and stuff, like do whatever. She's in it for like, I feel like 2 minutes. She's in it for like 2 minutes, and she's an incredible actress, besides being so attractive, which she is.
And there's the idea of typecasting every other character to be angry CIA. He's bad CIA. Oh, yeah. He's psycho CIA.
He threw the milk at the glass. He's a bad guy.
He threw the... Oh, he called him a dickhead. Oh!
He's got a mustache and a flat top.
There are funny lines in that movie when he's like... Oh God.
Okay, there are also lines like, "You want to make an omelet? You got to kill a few people." That's a line in the movie.
Yeah, but then he says like, "If you don't, I'm gonna chop your head off." And then the other guy goes, "Don't." When you say things like "chop your head off," it makes you sound untrustworthy.
Yeah,
and it is any bit of realism in the movie that makes it genuinely, I would say, a cinematic masterpiece worthy of every Oscar. But then there's also the old guy, and they get to the old guy by hurting and the old guy's like a father figure.
Which is surprisingly good casting.
Yeah, but they make him the most hero with 1,000 faces, hero's journey character.
Yeah.
Damn, it's just... God, it's such good potential.
I know, not to mention...
good potential to be such a funny movie.
Not to mention the point... where he's handcuffed to the bench and being shot at, and he finally gets a gun, and he shoots it all, and he doesn't just shoot the fucking handcuff off himself.
Or that he couldn't get out of handcuffs.
Yeah, he's freaking in the CIA.
No. Man is a trained assassin.
Yeah, he's a CIA
since
super agent.
2003. Since 2003. And it is set in 2022. Motherfucker doesn't even consider to do the twisty of the handy trick, to do anything. Anyways, you guys should all go watch it. It's worth at least 8 hours of your time. And the Russo brothers do need more money. So
my
watch
most
that.
annoying thing was when that movie came out, they they like made a post on their Instagram that said like promoting the movie that said like new Literally Me character unlocked. I mean, the audacity. The audacity.
Who posted that?
The Russo brothers. The Russo brothers went as far to say as their Ryan Gosling character was the next Literally Me Ryan Gosling character. The audacity.
What the fuck?
Yeah, see why I'm annoyed at this movie? It's the audacity. It's the audacity.
What have they done since?
They're working on a movie that stars Chris Pratt. That's all you have to know.
Is it like a biopic that's like really well done?
No, I don't even remember
about,
what it's called. You want to know something interesting in movie news that I heard recently that'll finally change the topic? David Fincher is apparently working on an American version of Squid Game.
Ooh, that's gonna bomb.
It's just a question of why. But no, with David Fincher, I'm always gonna give it a chance because it's David Fincher.
I haven't seen any Fincher movies.
Yes, you've seen The Social Network, I thought.
He did The Social Network.
Yes, he did.
Okay, I'm gonna look up his movies.
Yeah,
You talk about this while I do.
He's an incredible filmmaker. What everybody's saying is that he should finish Mindhunter, which is like, it's not really his choice. It's Netflix won't allow him to finish Mindhunter.
Started Case of Benjamin Button. Hated it.
Yeah, I'm pretty indifferent on Benjamin Button. I think it's directed well because it's David Fincher, but yeah.
It made me physically angry, and I stopped watching.
I don't remember it very well. I haven't seen it in a long, long time.
Is Tyler Durden an important character in Fight Club?
Wait, you haven't seen Fight Club?
A friend of mine went as him for Halloween. No, I have not.
You need to watch it. If you ever want to call yourself a film person, it is like the baseline film bro movie.
I consider myself an award-winning film producer.
No, the award won a film. We didn't win an award. Our film won an award. And it's also probably the worst film we've made.
Oh, absolutely. God,
Yeah.
It was really bad. And I also didn't help that much on it.
Yeah, no, you held up the thing.
I held up the thing. I got
You held
some
up the
of
reflector.
the audio. I helped do some of the shots. I was willing to stand in. Was I willing to stand in as a character? Did you want that? No, you didn't want that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Honestly, part of me kind of wishes that you started that movie just so that I could have been behind the camera.
Realizing that we were shooting it all in log, in ultra wide, with horrible audio.
Yeah. Check out my film advice.
Don't. It's bad.
Watch any other film on my channel.
Okay, Ted, did you I really want you to re-listen to it. In fact, I might play it now. Just a 10-second clip of it so you can hear what it sounds like with actually good headphones because you never listen to it with good headphones.
Wait, listen to what?
So I might do that. What?
Listen to what?
Just a 10-minute clip, 10-second clip of advice.
No. Well, okay, this is bad content because the audience won't hear it.
No, yes, they will.
Oh, because you're going to make me edit it in?
Oh, yes, I am. I didn't think about that. But yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. That has more views than any of our stuff that we've done.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Somehow.
I'm just gonna go live. You're gonna edit this.
That was my mistake
post.
movie. I made every mistake I possibly could, and now we will never make a filmmaking mistake again.
So just I want to listen to this real quick. Turn it up, and then we're gonna get close up again.
Oh my god, the coloring is so terrible.
I told you this. I told you it was bad, and you said I was stupid.
No, I knew it was bad. I was trying to go for a look, but I didn't know how to color grade. But
it actually is not as bad as I thought it was.
I'm very disappointed with it.
Oh, it could have been probably 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
I actually think the follow cam cinematography is pretty good.
No, but it should. If we were gonna do that, it should have just been like all one shot. You know.
It should have been a one shot. It shouldn't look like it was sepia tone. It shouldn't. Yeah, there's so many things it should not have been. We could have used, if we had these mics at the time, we could have used these, and the audio would have been fantastic. Or for VO, that would have been way better.
No, the thing about that movie is I had her re-record some of the lines, for ADR, and when I put those in, they were too high quality. They stood out more than the original lines because of how high quality they were compared to the rest of the film.
I think you could have found a way to blend it, but
I probably could have. I was not experienced enough at this point in my life, and I needed this movie done by a certain time.
And that stinker won an award.
Yes, it did. And it also got me into film school.
Did it?
Yes, that's the film I submitted.
What? Why?
Because you need a film under 5 minutes.
Oh, and that was the deadline, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh my God. You could have done like fucking Dave is Weird. Like a version of Dave is Weird again. Which you hadn't done at the time, I know.
Yeah.
But like something like that quality, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, you should. Ah, man. Damn.
Yeah.
And thank you, future editing Alci, for putting that in. I'm gonna hold you to doing that.
Well, you didn't really show me a clip.
No, I just wanted to hear it, and it actually ended up being better than I thought it was.
Okay. Well,
I really want to know how that would have sounded. That made you so demoralized to see your old work.
Just that piece of work. Just that one.
I mean, I have the exact same response when we show Gatsby.
No, but Gatsby's good. Gatsby's hilarious.
Gatsby's not good. Gatsby's bad.
It's so funny.
That is the worst acting I've ever done.
And it's still hilarious. And it was a school project.
We nearly make out.
We do.
It is. I kiss her head.
I wear a dress. Go watch it, listeners. I'm linking it.
It is the most high effort school production probably ever made.
I know. No, I had the opportunity. I showed it last in my class, thankfully, so nobody afterwards was demoralized. If I remember correctly, and everybody was like this. One person. I'm just gonna like send you the name so you know it's not like super important or anything. That name.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just put a towel over his head to play Daisy, and he looked super.
Oh, everyone in my class did that.
I know, and he looked super embarrassed in class, and I was just like, "This motherfucker has no idea." Because for reference, listeners, we had to do a Great Gatsby project. The two people I make it with, Max and one other person, they let me know, "Oh, hey, Alci, we think you should play Daisy because you're blonde." And I went, well, I'm pretty sure Gatsby's typically blonde too, but whatever, sure. And they say, okay, by the way, Max's sister has an accurate 1920s flapper dress.
My sister, who was 4'11",
yes.
And Alci, for context, is 6'1".
Yeah. So it was quite tight. And
no, it actually fit great. It was really impressive.
It was pretty tight.
You, my friend, are a board.
But it was still pretty tight.
It's really funny.
I almost ripped it taking it off.
But you looked surprisingly good in it.
Whoa.
Well, no.
Okay, but and then so everybody else shows their little projects filmed on their phones, and some of them are pretty funny. And then art goes on, and people just go. Because we filmed it on Max's dad's super fucking expensive camera. We had a camera fit with a rig to get a shot from underwater. For whatever reason, for like a 2-second shot. Yeah, and everybody was like, "Did you film this on a phone?" And I was like,
"God, we probably should have." It took 2 days of filming.
Yeah,
it was one of our most grueling film days.
It was great.
Okay, for context, we shot a different movie that will probably this movie was 5 minutes exactly. We shot a different movie that took I think in the end, it'll probably be like 10 to 15 minutes of actual film time. The new movie.
That That took like 2 weeks. Yeah.
No. Of actual filming time, it took us 3 days. No. It took around 3 days of actual day on filming. Maybe 4 days.
Are you talking about our upcoming film?
Yes.
Well,
we had 2 days on location.
Yeah, 2 days on location, and then the rest was filmed at Max's house. Still, no, we spent like we were working like every day for 2 weeks. No, 1 week because you were out of town.
I was out of town very quickly after, and we weren't working on it for the most part. We were, except for a few days. We had one day that was an 18-hour shooting day.
Yeah.
Which that was miserable.
Yeah.
Our drone operator was developing.
Yeah, because he's not typically a drone operator, and
no, he's not.
And no, it was my fault because we were gonna do just a top-down shot, and it looked really good. And then I was like, I have an idea that's gonna have us standing in this spot for the next hour, and but I suggested it because
what do you know?
Cool. And we're standing in this one spot for an hour while he tries to get this really complex shot because the drone isn't necessarily filmed to be like a super cinematic thing. It's a shot that in real life you would get it with a crane and not a drone, You
could do it with a drone if you pre-programmed in the little like height intervals of how it should change.
Yes.
That's like the only way to do it. He was trying to do it by hand, which was crazy shit.
Yeah, so it took a while, and we might not even end up using the shot. If
motherfucker, we are using that.
No, if I can't make one of them work because none of them are perfect, but I'm gonna try my best.
I don't care. We're using that fucking shot. So help me God. I will sue you for using my image without my permission if you don't include at least one of those fucking shots that took us so long. It took so long.
Okay. But we spent a long time on this movie.
We nearly cut ourselves with real and fake weapons.
Oh yeah,
and that was way more preferable to standing there and watching and just retaking the same shit.
No, because there's literally the scene where Max has to slit open my tendon, except he has a real knife and he's holding it right over my real tendon. And
I almost shoot you with a bow and arrow.
There's also that, because I had to jump out of the way and make sure.
That was a really cool shot.
Yeah,
I didn't really think about that until now.
We need to stop talking about this movie.
We can't talk about it. It's going to be good.
Well, it's going to be good when it comes out in 2 years.
You motherfucker. God. Are there summer film festivals? Like summer entry film festivals?
Probably.
We will use the podcast money and pay for summer entry film festivals if you can get the editing done in time.
Yeah, it's a big movie. There's so much footage.
There's not that much footage.
It's a lot, and we want to edit part of it in some really complex
Isn't
ways
there like
that we came up from.
2 to 300 gigabytes of footage?
500.
Oh my God.
Which some people might not think that's too much, but
that's more storage than any phone and 85% of the MacBooks.
And then also uses. With my record of editing speeds.
Well, that's also, it's not based on the size because we shot in 8K for a lot of stuff.
Well, some of it, yeah. Just when we thought that, we wanted to be able to zoom in. We're not planning on the final thing being 8K. We're planning on the final thing being 4K because we're not insane.
We could talk about it.
Well, because some of the shots are only in 4K.
Some of them are in 6K.
Some of them are in 6K, but some of them are in 4K.
I don't think many of them are in 4K.
No, plenty of them are. Trust me.
Are they?
Yeah. No, I put these things in Premiere and played around with them, so I know.
Me too, actually. I tried to color grade. Color grading on it was really hard for the...
I've got a coloring plan for this movie that I think is going to work really well.
On what time frame?
Shut up. We need to stop talking about this project that we can't talk about and just goading our listeners.
Well, that's time, listeners.
Well, we are kind of approaching our ending time. We have been at this for about an hour and a half, which has been our timing. Yeah.
Yes. Apologies again. This is not our typical episode.
No, it's not. But if you liked it, let us know.
Let us know. We'll do last minute impromptu recordings after trying to spend 45 minutes because like an audio mixer only gets a fucking left output because dude. Oh, okay. Also, I'm. You can email the podcast for tech support stuff. I will solve that because that's gonna be my new day to day. But thank you for listening.
Yeah,
and
thank you. Thank
Owen
you.
Gertz, remember what I think about you.
Okay, and listeners, make sure to check out Owen Gertz movies.
Don't do that. All right.
They're
Bye.
Bye.